Hi everyone, it's Anthony back with another video, and my last video wrapped up in this shirt doing my AM routine, and we're rolling right into recording our next video. I started a new job last week, and so that left me pretty hectic during the week, and even when I got home I was kind of just like prepping for the next day, those types of things. And then over the course of this Thanksgiving weekend, I really just kind of relaxed and wasn't doing anything too crazy, and like wasn't getting that motivation to like record videos and post reviews and all of that stuff. I kind of just like I went to a friend's house. We had a very small social distance Friendsgiving, and then the next day I was like, I'm just gonna lay here. And then the same on Saturday. I was just not motivated, but I am today. I am motivated today. I want to get some stuff recorded, so we're rolling right into the next video. So please excuse the lack of costume change. But this video is going to be a fairly quick empties video for the month of November. So we do have quite a few products in here in this empties video, but I'm going to try to breeze through them as quickly as I can. So we're going to kind of go in order of how I would work these products into my routine. First up, we are talking about Pharmacy Green Clean. So this is their makeup melting cleansing balm from Pharmacy. I absolutely fell in love with this product. This is a cleansing balm that features a lot of hydrating and nourishing ingredients. It does have some citrus-based oils, and I think I mentioned it in the Get Unready video that I did with this, is even though this features some citrus oils that my skin hasn't been playing super well with recently, this was kind of an anomaly. It didn't negatively impact my skin. I didn't see any sort of poor reaction or anything like that. So I wonder if it's because it's in that oil balm form and it's just rinsing right off and not soaking in like a toner or an essence or a serum or moisturizer, that my skin didn't have as much of a problem with it. But I have used water-based cleansers like foam cleansers that feature a lot of citrus-based oils that have messed with my skin. So I really think it's just trial and error. I don't know if I'm gonna continue my write-off of all citrus-based essential oils. I might welcome them into my routine and have them be open-minded about trying products, but just being realistic with the history of my skin, they don't always go so well. So anyway, regardless, I love this product. It had kind of a citrusy, kind of key lime pie kind of scent. I literally scraped out the bottom with my finger, and then like I got in there, and then I rinsed it clean once I was done, but I tried to use every last drop of this product. It just had a wonderful slip and slide. My hands were able to glide over my skin to work off that sunscreen and excess oil and sebum. It just felt very comforting. I loved the feel of it, and then it rinsed so cleanly, like immediately became that milky, watery kind of fluid, and then just rinsed right from my skin. So I didn't feel like I had a waxy residue or an oily residue or a heaviness to my skin afterwards. I didn't see any sort of congestion or breakouts from it. It was just this like ideal classic cleansing balm, like what you would expect from a cleansing balm, and I was just so happy with it. So it did win #1, my favorite cleansing balm of the entire year. I'll probably be posting a review video of my favorites of the entire year at some point next month. I'll try to do it, but it's a lot to go through. So I'll put a link down in the description for my blog. If you go to the blog, I have Anthony's Dream Routine, favorite oil cleansers, favorite water cleansers, favorite toners, essences, every single step of my routine. I picked my top 3 of 2020, then I picked my favorite brand of 2020, so it's all there. It's just a lot of steps and products. We're talking about like 40-ish products, so it would be a super long video. So we'll see. I might break it up. Let me know what you think. If you want to see a video where I announce my favorites of 2020, if you would want to see just the #1s or the top 3s, or if you just want to hear about my favorite brand, let me know what you think, because I'm happy to do it. It's just my videos are always very lengthy, and I could see that one being at least an hour to go through everything. So Anyway, Pharmacy Green Clean, absolutely love it. Will be coming back. I have a backup of this, and then I also have their Very Cherry Clean in my stash to try as well. So be on the lookout for more from Pharmacy. And then getting into cleansers, the cleanser that I finished up last month, or this month, is the Herbivore Pink Cloud Rosewater Tremella Creamy Jelly Cleanser. And so this was the first product from Herbivore that I've ever tried. It's a it's an interesting texture, interesting consistency. I saved just a teensy amount so you could see it. So it's got this jelly, it's like a typical gel cleanser, but then as you work it into your hands, it becomes a super creamy, kind of dense foam. It's a very interesting texture, and I actually really like it. It's like this gel to cream foam kind of product. And then it had this kind of dreamy looking pink color. It's kind of hard to see since there's so little, but when the bottle's full, it has this kind of cloudy, almost kind of iridescent pink color. Very interesting. You have tremella mushroom in here. You have rose hydrosol squalane in here as well. So the intent is for this is to be kind of a gentle yet thorough cleanse. Rose water and the squalane are said to help hydrate the skin. There should be some calming properties. Tremella mushrooms are really nice antioxidant, also calming as well. I didn't really like this cleanser. It didn't really provide anything to my skin that I was able to notice over time. But in a wash-off cleanser, you're not really looking for like, oh my gosh, it's so hydrating, because it's cleansing and rinsing off. But I have used some cleansers that are super gentle, somehow impart some hydration and leave the skin feeling dewy. This didn't have that, and in fact, it kind of dried my skin out a little bit. Not insanely dry, but compared to other cleansers that I've used throughout the year, my skin just felt a tad dry, a little bit tight after using this product. So I wasn't that wowed by it. It had this kind of really basic cleanser like soap scent with just a touch of rose, which I mentioned in my Get Ready video with the Kadi cleanser from Holy Snails. Kind of has a similar scent, but I would expect that from that style of cleanser, or what its intention is. But when I'm looking at a brand like Herbivore and it's like Pink Cloud Creamy Jelly Cleanser and it has that kind of cloudy pink vibe to it, that didn't match the actual sensorial experience when I put it on my face. So I was like, oh, this smells or feels like a cleanser that I could have picked up, something really basic like a drugstore brand cleanser. So I don't know, that's just me being picky and me liking a nice sensorial experience. If you're more utilitarian with your skincare and with your cleansers, it just needs to do the job and go away, then that's gonna play no issue into whether or not you like this product. I just found it to be a little bit drying when it comes to performance. So that's that. Okay, moving on. I guess what would be next? This wash-off, actually 2 wash-off masks. Hello. So, first up is the Korres Hydra Biome Probiotic Superdose Face Mask. So this face mask is one that I picked up kind of on a whim. I didn't know much about the brand at all, but I have their yogurt cleanser in my stash. So I was like, well, let me try the mask and see. And one of my things this fall and winter, is going to be trying to incorporate some more hydrating wash-off masks to my routine to combat the dryness that comes with cooler, drier winter weather here in Colorado. And so usually during the wintertime, I just go for like a ton of toner, a ton of essence, maybe a heavier moisturizer, and that usually works. But there's even days, especially when the wind picks up, that it doesn't matter. The atmosphere is just sucking every ounce of hydration it can from my skin, and my skin's left looking a bit dull. And so I'm thinking maybe if I start working in like a once or twice a week hydrating, rich, kind of emollient or moisturizing, doesn't even necessarily have to be rich, but just a deeply moisturizing mask, just to really impart some hydration into the skin. Maybe that'll give my skin that extra boost, especially if I know it's gonna be like extra windy or super cold that week, just to give my skin a little bit of a head start. And so the first one that I tried was this one from Korres, the Hydra Biome face mask. So this features yogurt, has milk proteins in it, squalane, apricot oils in here, sweet almond oil, shea butter. So a lot of emollient, nourishing oils that will lock moisture into the skin, but there's also the probiotics, the fermented ingredients that should help a little bit with brightening, beta-glucan, rice extracts in here as well. So it has some hydrators and some brighteners. And I really did like this mask. I should have saved a little bit. I scraped out as much as I could because I did a pretty heavy layer of this product. And then I rinsed it once I was done. I shouldn't have done that. But it has this thick kind of yogurty texture to it. And it goes on like you're applying yogurt to your skin, and it has this immediate kind of cooling and kind of physically soothing effect, which might be nice if your skin's kind of wind whipped and been out in the sun. I can see that as being very nice. The oils do impart a lot of hydration, a lot of emollient nourishment, and then you get some hydration, a little bit of brightening power. So every time I rinse this product off, my skin had that like honey skin, kind of bouncy, dewy look. It had a little bit of an oily, I guess, residue, but you're able to kind of massage that in. It kind of rinses off like you're rinsing a lotion off your skin. So I really liked it. It was a positive experience. However, it really is the first like rich, nourishing mask that I've used that I would almost associate maybe would be better for drier skin, but it worked just fine for my skin. I didn't see any breakouts or congestion. It wasn't too much, but I don't have anything else to compare it off of. So I was like, this is great. I like this mask, but I'm gonna not go so far as to be like, this is amazing. This is my favorite hydrating like emollient mask, because it's the only one I've ever used. So I like it. Positive experience. I would consider coming back to it, but I have some other ones that I've got in my stash that I'm going to start working into my routine as we progress through the winter months. So hopefully by spring, I'll have a better points of comparison to say out of these 3 or these 4, this one was my favorite. So be on the lookout for more discussion about this product. But so far, so good. I did like it for the time that I did use it. I'm just curious to see what else is out there. If you have any other recommendations for products that might be similar to this, let me know. All right, next mask is one that I've talked about a couple times on various videos, and this was just like a repurchase that I finished, the Triota Accent Pore Control Mask. So this is a kaolin-based mask that has I think it has, it's got the Moroccan lava clay in it, green tea leaf extract, Centella asiatica extract, sage leaf extract in it as well. I really like this mask mainly because the kaolin clay, or the actual active ingredients, seem to be more finely milled than some other clay masks that I've used. This is just so smooth and soft applying it to the skin. It has this like buttery feel, which I don't often see from a clay mask. You can apply it with a brush, no problem. It's just a lot softer than some other clay masks. And it dries down and has this kind of like silky kind of crust on it. It doesn't crack and get hard in the normal way a clay mask does. It just kind of like hardens up, but you can still like move. There's still some mouth movement. You can still make expressions. It's just like a softer clay mask. And I found that it seems to really help control the appearance of my larger pores. It has this odd kind of pore blurring effect that I really, really like. If I'm going out, which doesn't really happen that often, but I still like to use this because it gives that result. Oh, like if I'm doing a Zoom call or something, I'll usually use this mask in that morning before the call because it just kind of tightens everything up, gives you that kind of Photoshop kind of filter look. Not that excessive, but it does kind of blur larger pores and just give my skin a more even looking texture, which I really, really like. And so that effect doesn't last forever, but every time I use this mask, I'm just like, wow, my skin just looks so even. And it helps draw out excess oil, excess sebum, just kind of purifies and resets the skin. I have been really happy with some other wash-off masks that are a little bit less expensive than this. I mean, this is, I think, in the $50 range for 50 milliliters. So if I find it for a deal, I might continue to come back to it, but I'm exploring other options right now. But this was a pretty early favorite this year from Triota and a product that I do quite like. So there's that. And then we're going to talk about facial oil, which is not an empty, but I'm done with it, and it's the Solve Skincare 100% organic jojoba oil, golden jojoba oil. I'm just a little bit more than halfway done. I've been using this for I think coming up on a couple months now. However, I was sent the Persides oil from Holy Snails from Glowy Co. I mentioned it in my Get Ready With Me video, and so I'm going to be working that into my routine, so I'm phasing this out. Solve Skincare was so nice enough to send me this as a PR gifted, as well as a second bottle, so I'm probably going to be giving the rest of this one away to a friend, and then save that second bottle as a backup just in case anything else I use in the coming months doesn't work out. But I love this oil. It was so layerable. It's simple. It's a single ingredient, that jojoba oil. Gave my skin this like dewy honey skin look that that just continues all day, and it wasn't too heavy or oily or greasy. It just gave that nice kind of finish to it, especially when I mixed it with a moisturizer. And so I just like could not stop taking like a selfie when I'd walk out and the sun would kind of hit my skin. I was like, hello. So it's like that glow-inducing, nourishing, moisture-locking oil that's totally layerable. Jojoba oil, I guess, is supposed to be really close to skin's natural sebum or natural oil composition, so it just felt very comfortable on the skin. It's something that I will absolutely be coming back to. So there's that. And then we've got a couple sheet masks. The Good Skin Day Drench and Nourish Sheet Mask from Peach and Lily, which features chia seed, algae, Centella asiatica, olive oil, avocado, pumpkin, hyaluronic acid, and then we've got the Reset Button Soothe and Restore Mask from Peach and Lily, Centella asiatica, skullcap root, chamomile, propolis, mushroom, licorice, and while I did really like both of these masks, they left my skin feeling hydrated. I didn't necessarily see a ton as far as like nourishment or soothing. They both just did a nice job of hydrating and balancing my skin. They weren't as impressive as the Peach and Lily Original Glow Sheet Mask, which I love, and I think that's because that one features some acids and some other ingredients that make a more well-rounded luxury sheet mask. These were just kind of so-so. I have the last one of the set, I forget what it's called, in my skincare fridge downstairs, but I haven't really been reaching for sheet masks a ton right now because I've got a lot of extra steps in my routine already. I've got the first treatment serum in there and some other things, so I've been cooling it with the sheet masks. I'll probably reintroduce them as the weather gets drier. And the other thing is, even though I do like these masks, I was worried about even using them because they do have like bergamot oil, lavender oil, peppermint oil, rosemary oil, all in this one. And then this one has lemon peel oil, pine leaf oil in it as well, rosewood oil, clary oil. So my skin, once again, has been hit or miss with essential oils, especially the citrus-based ones. I didn't notice any negative reaction to these, which is nice, and that might be because it's not something that's left on or used over and over again. It's just kind of a one-time thing, but I would be concerned about using these on a daily basis or like a few-week basis, continually getting those hits of what seems to be a fairly concentrated amount of essential oils. So, I don't know, that might just be me being paranoid. They might be totally fine, but if I was to do it over again, I've had these in my stash for a long time before I was kind of taking a second look at essential oils. If I had to do it again and these popped up on my radar, I probably wouldn't purchase them. So that's that. This one is also from Peach and Lily. It's from their Peach Slices brand. It's their Blueberry Ice Cream Sheet Mask. This one's focused on firming. This, once again, lavender, rosemary, tangerine peel, they're all here. Did an okay job. I definitely like the mask material from these as opposed to these, but I do like all of the Peach Slices and Peach and Lily masks. They're probably some of my favorites, I would say, as far as mask quality and results. I just, for whatever reason, this one, it didn't blow me away as much as, what did I use? Their popsicle sheet masks. Their popsicle sheet masks seemed really, really nice, and these seem pretty close. I think my viewpoint on sheet masks is just changing, so now I'm like taking a more critical eye on them, which makes me curious to see how much I end up loving the Face Story sheet masks that I ordered and got in as part of that unboxing last week. I'm curious to see if I like the ones I liked as much as I did back then. I still like experimenting with them, trying them, talking about them, but I might be looking at them with more of a critical eye now, like, do we really need all those fragrant oils? And, you know, how much is this really gonna do with just a single use? And is this really worth the waste, or should I be looking for a wash-off mask? That's kind of where my head's at right now. Let me know what you think about sheet masks. 3 more products. We're gonna do this fast. I always say that and then it's like, let's just sit down and talk, grab some coffee. So the Kula Classic Body Sunscreen Guava Mango SPF 50. I mentioned the fragrance-free version in my Get Ready With Me video. Based on, I use my sunscreens based on expiration date, and so this was kind of next up, and for whatever reason when I placed my order for Kula sunscreens, they all have the expiration date of like middle to late next year, so they're next up on my list to try. This was a nice lightweight sunscreen, provided a lot of hydration, almost acted like a body lotion, so I found myself not necessarily reaching for a body lotion that often at night. By the time I got to night, I had already used like 4 layers of body sunscreen, and then after I get out of the shower, I was like, my skin still feels fairly soft. So I like the amount of hydration and nourishment these sunscreens provide. The guava mango scent was fine. I didn't love it, I didn't hate it, especially since we were moving into like late fall. It was just kind of an odd choice, but once again, going off of expiration dates. But I'm like, using this Lumberyard styling cream from Beard Brand, which has like a woodsy scent, and then my body mist that I'm using has kind of like a woodsy pine scent, and then I go to put on my sunscreen, it's like guava mango, and I was like, this is such an odd mix of scents. So I'm kind of glad to be past that, because I don't think I have anything else in my sunscreen stash that is as fragranced as this is, with that kind of fruity scent. So definitely liking the fragrance-free version, but this is still an excellent pick if you love those kind of fruity floral scents, or you want to get those island vibes going. This is definitely one to check out. And then this next one is the Kinesis Performance Sunscreen SPF 30 oil-free clear spray, all sorts of different branding on here. This is a Canadian brand sunscreen spray that uses all chemical sunscreens. It's an oil-free spray sunscreen, so they use a form of trimethicone in here to give you that kind of slip and slide, so it's easier to apply. And so I love this stuff for camping and outdoor activities, and any time where you don't want your sunscreen to be heavy or sticky or tacky, or you don't even want that lotion feel because you're gonna be hot and sweaty. This just mists right on, and then you kind of spread it around, and it almost feels like a primer, or like kind of a heavy silicone-based product, but it absorbs down and just provides kind of this soft satin finish. It doesn't feel heavy, doesn't feel greasy, it just feels like your skin, but just a little bit of something there. And so you get that protection without it feeling uncomfortable. And so I really liked it as a body sunscreen. I was worried about applying it to my face because even though I'm no longer scared of silicones, I just wanted to play it cool and not, I don't know, the feel of it, that slippery feel, I don't know if I would like that much on my face. I kind of like a dewy finish that's a little bit more moist, not like a slick, I don't know. The way it feels on the body is fine, but I would be concerned about how it would do on my face. So I ended up skipping out and not using it on my face. Also, if I have to pick, I'd like to go for an SPF 50 on the face if I have the option. And I had some face sunscreens that their expiration dates were coming up as well. So this never made it onto my face. I have another one in my stash because I liked it that much, that maybe next time I'll try it on my face just to see, because they do say you can use it body and face. It's completely sweat resistant, water resistant for 80 minutes. Fragrance free. Also, they do have some fragranced ones. But when I was rock climbing or when we went camping, it was so nice to put something on, especially if I was camping and didn't have access to a shower, to have a sunscreen that didn't build up or feel gross after like day 2 or 3, something that just felt totally normal and kind of soft. That was such a selling point for me. And I liked that, you know, if I was rock climbing or if we were like bushwhacking through trails, I didn't have like stuff stuck to me because my sunscreen was like kind of thick and a little bit sticky. Like sometimes, you know, like when we went to Moab, the dust, just the red dust, if it gets windy, the dust kicks up and it'll stick to like lotions. It would stick to my face lotion, but I didn't really have that issue with the kinesis. So I think this is a really great active, you know, sunscreen for the outdoors. It has this like kind of perfect ergonomic grip so you can like spray it really, really well. It feels really well thought out, and it's a smaller brand. I suggest you check it out if you are looking for a sunscreen that you can use outdoors that isn't too cumbersome or uncomfortable. I'll put the links down below. And then last thing is the Camille body cream or cream body cleanser from Drunk Elephant. And so this is a product that I talked about on my Drunk Elephant body and hair care review. It's a cream-based body cleanser that uses sweet almond oil, marula oil. It also has some amino acids in it, passion fruit. It's a nice, gentle, pH balanced at a 5.0 body cleanser that does leave behind some light hydration nourishment. It feels fine and it's a nice body cleanser. It's just missing some sort of acid. And since I deal with occasional ingrown hairs or body acne here and there, I like to find a body cleanser that has AHA or BHA or something along those lines to help with some body exfoliation, and this doesn't have that. So it kind of missed the mark for me. However, if you have normal to dry skin and you're just looking for a nice, balancing, gentle body cleanser that isn't gonna be harsh or abrasive or packed full of fragrance, this is a pretty decent option. And yeah, I might even consider keeping this on backup in case I have a different body cleanser that ends up being too harsh for me or something like that. I might end up trying this or just using this in the interim while I find something else that does have acids. So that's that for the Camille Cream Body Cleanser. And that's everything for the Empties. Yay! I'm so glad that I got this filmed. I was kind of worried. I was like, oh no, we're gonna roll into December and I'm not gonna have talked about it. So now the motivation today has to be to get this edited and posted because I won't have time this week with the new job. It just won't happen. So fingers crossed, if you are seeing this before December 1st, then you know that I kept my motivation up on over the weekend. If you don't see this until, you know, the weekend in December, then I failed, unfortunately, but oh well. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions, need any additional information about all these products. Everything was pretty much a winner except for, I'd say, the sheet masks and the Herbivore cleanser. Everything else I was fairly happy with or very happy with. So definitely check these products out. Another shout out to Kinesis. They've just been, they haven't sent me anything or anything like that, but their marketing team, I think they're a family owned business, like a very small, small operation. And every time I mention them on social media, like using my kinesis outside, they're always so incredibly friendly and kind. And just that alone makes me want to talk about them more because it seems like they truly do care about their customers and care about the people that are using their products. And so yeah, anyway, shout outs to Kinesis, not what do they say? It's not sponsored, or I'm not getting anything, but I just like it. I like when it's a family run business and people like reach out to you and like, thank you so much and we appreciate the love. I like to give the love back. So check them out. Links are all below. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching this. And as always, stay glowing. Bye.